Hi, welcome to the class. Today we will do image formation by convex lens. So in this, the first case which we will discuss is for the object which is kept between optical center and f1. So as I told you, for convex lens we will be making a straight line and then we will write here that it is our convex lens, and this you can do in exam also. Now this will be the principal axis and this is the optical center O. So I'm talking about the object which is placed between optical center O and F1. So F1 is the focus one, F1, then 2, F1, and then F2, and then 2F2. So this is the object which is kept between optical center and F1. So the rules which we did in the last class, we'll apply those rules to form the image. So the first rule says that light ray which is parallel to principal axis, after refraction passes through focus, and then the second rule which we will be using, the light ray passing through optical center will go as it is, undeviated. So as you can see, these two light rays are not meeting each other, they are not meeting. So let me extend it backwards. So if I extend it backwards, it will go like this. Now you know when you do the extension of the light ray, when the light rays are actually not meeting, what kind of image is going to form here. So if I extend it backwards like this, so here I got the two light rays meeting after extending them backwards, and here is the image formed. So let me name the object as AD and name the image as A dash, B dash. Now whenever we get an image after extending the light rays, the image is always virtual and erect. So if I write the characteristics of image formed, characteristics of image. So first it will be virtual and erect. Virtual and erect. Number second, as you can see, this object is very small and the image is very big. So we call it highly magnified. And number three, it is on the same side of the object. So same side. So the image is formed on the same side of the object. So these are the three important characteristics. This is nature of the image, this is about the size of the image, and this is about the position of the image. Now, very important thing I would like to mention here is this, that please make sure that this distance OF1 and OF2 has to be approximately same. You need not to mark them or measure them through using a scale, but you have to make sure that this distance and this distance, they both are approximately same. And now double of this distance, that is this one, and this one has to be approximately same. For convex lens line, you have to use a scale, and for all these light rays also you have to use scale. Only then you will get a perfect or a good image formation diagram. Alright, and then these are the characteristics of image. Now keep one thing in mind, that convex lens forms both type of images. It forms real image as well as virtual image. It forms virtual image only in this case. It forms virtual image only in this case. Okay. In which case? When the object is kept between the optical center and focus f1. So it forms virtual and direct image only in this case when the object is placed between O and f1. So this is the first image formation. Now let me do the second one. So now I am shifting my object backwards. So when I shift my object backwards, where I am going to keep it? I am going to keep it at f1 now. Okay, I'll shift it backwards and I'll keep it at f1. Now object, I'll be writing O. What do we mean by O? O means object. So O at f1. That means object at f1. Okay. Again we'll draw a convex lens. This will be my principal axis. This will be optical center. This will be f1. Make sure that this distance and now this distance, you have to take an idea that these should be equal. And this, double of this, 2f1, and then double of this. You have to take an idea. Okay, 2f2. So when you practice these image formation, you will get an idea how to do them and how to take an idea of the distances, whether they are equal or not. You have to practice it. Now if I keep my object here f1, again I use the rules. Light ray parallel to principal axis will pass through focus, and then again light ray passing through optical center will go as it is. Now again the light rays, these two light rays are not meeting. If you extend them backwards also, they are not going to meet. They will be parallel. As you can see, they are parallel only. So it means the light rays are not meeting. So let me name the object as AB. If that is the case and light rays are not meeting, it means that the image is formed at infinity. So the image is formed at infinity. Okay. So we are not able to obtain the image. So it is formed somewhere at infinity. So remember, whenever the object is kept at focus, image is formed at infinity. So now if I write the characteristics of image. Now as I told you that in convex lens there is only one case when the image formed is virtual and erect. So which case is that? That was the first case. That is object between O and F1. If this is the case when the image formed is virtual and erect, then in the second case obviously the image will be real and inverted. It means in this case the image formed is real and inverted. This is about the nature of the image. Second, we will write whether the image is magnified or not. Let me tell you, it will be highly magnified. It will also be highly magnified. And number 3, the image is formed at infinity. As I told you, you have to keep one thing in mind, and that is very important. I'll mark it as a star point. Object at f1. Object at focus, image at infinity. And the reverse of this is also true. That is, image at infinity, object at f1. Alright. So keep this thing in mind. And this was the second case when object is kept at f1. So when the object is kept at f1, the image characteristic of image formed are real and inverted, highly magnified at an infinity because the light rays are not meeting. Now let us shift the object further backwards. So this will be the third case. So in this case, when we shift the object further, so it will come between 2f1 and f1. So O, that is object at f1 and 2f1. Okay, so this is object. In fact, you should write it as object between f1 and 2f1. Again, this case also is very simple. This is my convex lens. As you can see, I am writing every time I am making this lens like a straight line. I am writing its name. This is very important. If you don't write it, you are going to lose marks. And this is the optical center. This is f1, and this is 2f1. This is f2, and then this is 2f2. So if I keep my object here, again I am going to follow the rules. Light ray parallel to principal axis. After refraction will pass through focus. Okay. Now in this case I am opened up with one more rule which says that light ray passing through focus after refraction will become parallel to principal axis. Okay, light ray passing through this thing after refraction will become parallel to principal axis. So this is 2f1. Now the two light rays are meeting here. So if the two light rays are meeting here, what is going to happen? Image is going to form. And remember, whenever image is formed below principal axis, it is always real and inverted. Whenever the image is formed above the principal axis, it is always virtual and direct. And below the principal axis, that is, it is inverted image. Inverted means upside down. So if I name the object as AB, image will be A dash, B dash. You remember we did 3 laws in the last class when we did rules for image formation. So this rule was one of the rules. When light ray passing through focus after refraction passes through principal axis. Now you can use 2 rules to form the image, and that totally depends on you which 2 rules you are going to use. Okay. So now if I write the characteristics of image, the first will be real and inverted. Number 2. Second will be it is magnified. Now it is not highly magnified, but it is magnified. Okay. And number 3, the image is formed. Location of the image is beyond 2f1. Now this point is important, and I would like to bring to your notice that you can compare it with this case. In this case, the image was formed at infinity, very far away. And now as we move our object backwards, backward means away from optical center. If I move my object away from optical center, the image will start shifting towards the optical center. In this case, it was kept at focus f1. If it was kept at focus f1, image is formed at infinity. If I shift my object little backwards, image has come from infinity towards 2f1. Okay, it is coming towards 2f1. Now it is kept here. Now I am giving you just a hint to guess. If I shift my object at 2f1, now will the image formed away from 2f1 or will it come towards 2f1? So this is a guess I am giving to you. So by the time we draw this next image formation, when I keep my object at f1, it's a task for you guys to just guess where the image is going to form. Okay. So now let me erase this one. And as we are comparing these cases, please keep one thing in mind, that in order to understand these characteristics of image formed, you cannot study these cases like in isolation with each other. You have to compare these cases in order to get a clear picture of what kind of image you are going to form and how this is working, how the characteristic is working. So number 4, object at f1 as at 2f1. As I told you, I am going to shift this object now at 2f1. It was kept between f1 and 2f1. Now you are going to shift it at 2f1. When you are going to shift it at 2f1, I gave you a task to guess whether the image is going to form, whether it is going to move away from 2f1 or whether it is going to come towards 2f1. So this was the task which was given to you, and we compared this case with this case also, and now we are comparing with the 4th case. So to get an idea how the position of the image and object, as we move the object away from optical center, how the image is coming towards the optical center. This is important for us to understand. Alright, so this needs to be straight and you have to use a scale. So I'm just taking an idea as of now. Convex length. Mind you, write this every time. So this is the optical center. Now as I told you, you need to take an idea of these distances. Okay, so this is very important case actually. If you don't take them properly, your image formation is not going to come. So let us see how good we are at taking the approximations of the distance, and let us see whether we will be able to form the image or not. Object at f1. I hope that you people must have guessed where the image is going to form, and you people are ready to answer where it is going to form. So light ray going parallel to principal axis after refraction passes through focus. I hope it comes at the exact point where I want it to be. Now light ray passing through focus and it becomes parallel to principal axis. So I got it here exactly at 2f2. So let me first make the image. This is A dash, B dash, and AB is the name of the object, AB. Now I compare it with this. As I told you, if you move the object backwards, image will start shifting towards optical center. So image will start shifting towards optical center. So this, in this case, the image was formed beyond 2f1, beyond 2f2, and now what will happen? Obviously, the image will start shifting towards optical center. So in this case, we got an image which is formed at 2f2. Now if I write characteristics of image, so the first will be, obviously it will be real and inverted, because we understood that convex lens will never form, it will only form the virtual and erect image when the object is kept between optical center and f1. That was the first case. Real and inverted, it is below the principal axis, it is inverted upside down. Second, now this is important. Once again we will start comparing. In the very first case, when the object was kept between optical center and f1, the nature of the image, the size of the image was highly magnified. Again it was highly magnified. This time it becomes magnified, and in this case it becomes of the equal size as the object. Okay, so we will write same size as the object, same size as the object. So it becomes of the same size as the object, and now image is formed at 2f2. It means it started shifting towards optical center. It started shifting towards optical center and it is formed at 2f2. So if you compare like this, if you compare the sizes also, if you compare the position of the image also, you will get to know how when the object is moving away from the optical center, how the position of the image is changing and how the size of the image is changing. No need to pay attention to the nature of the image, because it's very clear that convex lens will only form virtual and erect image only when the object is kept between optical center and f1. Rest in all the cases it is always going to form real and inverted image. Alright. So this was the fourth case. Now we are left with two cases. So object, we are going to shift it beyond 2f1. So let me erase this case. So as I told you, you cannot study these cases in isolation. You have to compare them in order to understand. Okay, and that is why we are comparing them in order to get an idea of about the size of the image and position of the image. So number 5th, O, that is object, beyond 2f1. So I hope you people are now very clear what is going to happen to the size of the image and what is going to happen to the position of the image, because now the object is being shifted beyond 2f1. It is shifted further away from optical center. So obviously image will start coming in between f2 and 2f2. You can predict it now. And now in this case it was of the same size. Now the size is going to reduce. So let us see that. Again, this is a convex lens. Convex lens. This is optical center. F1. We are going to take an approximation. Make sure that your approximations are correctly done. Otherwise, the image, there will be a problem in forming the image. To F1, and the object is kept beyond this thing. So light ray going parallel to principal axis will pass through focus, and now the light ray passing through focus after refraction will become parallel to the principal axis. So exactly the light rays are meeting each other. The point we wanted them to meet, that is between A dash, B dash. That is the point between F2 and 2F2. And it was very clear, as I told you, because we were comparing the cases. So we were very sure of the characteristics of the image. Characteristics of image, obviously, it is going to be real and inverted. Number 2, it is going to be magnified, same size as the object. Now it is going to be smaller than the object. Smaller than the object. Alright. And the last point, number 3, what is going to happen? Where it is forming? Between position of the images between F2 and 2F2. Okay. The last case. So very important to compare the cases, to understand the nature. Nature is very clear actually. To understand the position of the image and the size of the image. Very important to compare the cases. Don't need to study the cases in isolation, because in exam they won't ask you to form the direct image formation. They may ask you any question from the characteristics, like a lens forms a real and inverted image of an object placed at so and so point. Draw the image formation. So you need to be very clear about the characteristics of the image formed. And last is object at infinity. Okay. So as I told you, when object is at infinity, image will be at focus, obviously F2, because light ray is going to meet at that point. So this is the convex lens. Optical center F2, 2F2, F1 and 2F1. Remember one thing guys, that when the object is at infinity, the light ray will always be parallel. So like the sun is there. So sun is at a distance of infinity from us. So we will assume that the light ray from the sun are going to be parallel. They will be parallel. So parallel light rays. Parallel means parallel to principal axis and parallel to each other. Parallel light rays will come, and you know whenever this type of light rays comes, they meet at focus. Now the light rays are meeting each other at focus. Light rays are meeting each other at focus. So this will be the image formed. You can see in this case also characteristics of image. If you write what kind of image, characteristics of image, what kind of image you can see. Obviously anyone can tell the image will be real and inverted. This is quite obvious. We know why, because it forms virtual and direct image in only one case, when the object is kept between optical center and F1. Second, as you can see, where it was smaller than the object, now it is formed of point size, very small point is formed. So images of point sized, or you can say diminished image. Diminished means very small, diminished, point size, and where it is formed? It is formed at F2, that is, it is formed at focus. So this was all about the image formation by a convex lens, and you can see we have compared the image, characteristics of the image. We tried to understand as when the object goes away from the optical center, how the image is coming closer to the optical center, and how the size of the image and how the location of the image is changing. And one important point is convex forms both kind of images, real and inverted, and it forms virtual and real image both, and it forms virtual only in the case when the object is kept between optical center and f1. That was the first case which we discussed. All right, thank you.